Me mum? What are you talking about? She's got nothing to do with you.
Yes, the doctor's never told you, has he?
The doctor? What?
What else has Nimrod told you?
Not a lot. Just that me mum worked for him.
And did he tell you how she died?
No. He just said you were involved. Ma'am?
Look at her, Hex! Look at her! Is that monstrosity really your mother?
Target locked. Missiles away.
Symbol above the doors, what is it?
The seal of Rassilon.
I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah, it's in the archive.
What, in the Crichton building?
On a coffin, I think. Level 30. Oh well.
Right. I'm going to get myself cleaned up. Then I'm going out to find Hex.
No.
I can't leave it alone, Doctor. Not after all we've been through.
I mean, not yet. The captain just described a Gallifreyan sarcophagus.
Oh, no.
There's a Time Lord in the archive. We're going back.
Yes, there's a corridor branching off here, and another over there. This place goes on forever.
Yeah. What you've got here, Captain Stillwell, is your basic underground labyrinth beneath a dead villain's ruined base kind of setup. Right, Doctor?
Yes. We'd better keep moving. None of it looks especially stable.
Well, anywhere you get into through a bomb crater.
Right. The Crichton building had sub-basements under its sub-basements. I wonder what else Nimrod squirreled away down here in the dark.
Doctor, over here. Another storeroom.
So, tell me again why we teamed up with Officer Unit?
Quiet. We're not ready for Captain Stillwell to find out what this tracking device is tracking.
I know, your Time Lord coffin. But why are we taking the long way round when we could have gone straight to level 30 by TARDIS?
There are certain especially sensitive items in this collection which should be removed.
I knew it. You're having first dibs, aren't you?
I'm not enjoying myself, Ace. Any one of these objects we've already collected could change the entire course of human history.
Right. So, when we get out of here, Soldier Boy's backpack of space tech is leaving with us, instead of going to Unit HQ like he's expecting.
Exactly.
And are you going to tell him that, or am I?
Come on, Doctor. Over here. I need an evaluation on these artifacts.
Yes, coming.
I get it, all vital stuff and everything, but I still don't think we should have left Hex on his own. Whatever he says... Doctor, listen to me. Whatever he says, he's still not come to terms with what happened. He's still...
Doctor!
Yes, all right. Let me see. Burnt out maquette compensator. Useless. Carpation worry wheel. Useless. Mobius chip.
Pretty.
Broken. A remote neutron polarizer. Faulty. Oh, that's a shame.
That's not a good noise. Can't we just...
TG tablet.
Tablet activated.
Oh, working.
One for the backpack, Doctor?
Oh, yes, very much so.
All right, what's a TG tablet when it's at home?
Essentially, a handheld computer with full transgalactic internet access.
Ouch.
Let's be thankful the Forge couldn't turn it on. You see, there's a clever little thought toggle on the back, and if you think of a very specific object...
Doctor, what about this?
Good grief! That's a Vaspan space-time stamp!
Not much to look at, is it?
Oh, but clip it to any small package, thus, and it will transport that package to any point in space and time.
You're not serious.
I certainly am, yes. More expensive than a planet, this little thing, with only a single-use hop drive. Devastating nonetheless. Time Lords banned them, as you might expect.
Backpack maybe?
Backpack, yes. Perhaps we'd better be moving along.
Agreed. It might be prudent to withdraw.
Who said anything about withdrawal?
Who said anything about prudent?
No, we won't be doing any withdrawing. We follow the tracking device, and right now the tracking device tells us to go deeper.
Looks like the signal is coming from in...
Here.
Wow! I guess that's it.
One Time Lord sarcophagus. Yeah.
I don't think it'll fit in the backpack.
You mean there's a dead Time Lord in there?
What? No, my people have a limitless love of the grandiose. It's more of a hibernation chamber.
You mean there's a live Time Lord in there?
So it would appear.
Who?
Only one way to find out. Let's see. Release biometric locking mechanism.
Are you sure that's wise, Doctor?
Of course I'm not sure. I find it very hard to trust people who are sure of things. There. That should do it. Oh.
Show us then.
Doctor, either there's something wrong with my eyes or that's you in there.
There's nothing wrong with your eyes, Captain.
But you're old. Older. Meant older.
Yes. Thank you, Ace. Nothing wrong with my eyes either. It would appear that we've stumbled on a future version of me.
Doctor, are you honestly saying that this is you from the future?
I am indeed, which could be a problem, as meeting myself is something I'm very much not supposed to do.
Well, we can't leave you down here to get crushed, can we? What's future you doing in the forge anyway?
I wonder.
Well, maybe you could ask him. You.
Captain, I can't go asking myself questions about my own future. I mean, it's bad enough that we're both here at all.
I only mean because he seems to be coming round.
The winter loosened its grip and the meadows and the forest began to wake.
What's he talking about?
Hades' protocol. Should have seen it. He was there all along, hiding. I shouldn't be hearing any of this. Lost focus. No, he'll spot the break.
Doctor, wake up! It's me, Ace! Can you hear me?
The spring buds appeared on the trees, but cold winds told the hidden woman that her trial was near at hand.
He's delirious. Captain, help me get him out of this thing. I think we all need to be somewhere else, fast.
Agreed.
What? Yes, very well, still well. If you could pull my legs around, yes, then Ace and I can get the shoulders
He's groggy, but I reckon he can walk.
Good, then I suggest we leave, and quickly. Come on, faster!
That's easy for you to say, swanning off up ahead while we're carrying you.
It's okay, we'll get you out. No, we're here with you. Why does he keep saying that over and over?
What does he keep saying?
He's confused. Thinks he's going to be left behind.
What precisely does he keep saying?
Nobody's coming. He keeps saying nobody's coming over and over.
No, surely not.
Nobody's coming. Doctor, tell me he's not talking about who I think he's talking about.
I have a horrible feeling I've just opened a very nasty can of words.
Crater perimeter receiving, go ahead.
Ready to winch 4 on my mark. We've got a potential level 5 hostile. Repeat, a level 5 hostile. Scramble fire teams.
Sir, level 5 scramble. All weapons units, scramble, scramble, scramble.
I told you not to do that, Captain. You'll get them killed.
Doctor, our fire teams are equipped with a full range of weaponry, including several off-world systems.
Aren't you listening? It won't make any difference. This thing that's coming, nobody no one, he's a word lord. He's made of words.
Words. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words
will brutally murder every single man out there, given half the chance. Captain, please try to understand. The word lords from a dimension very different to ours. A dimension where language, not physics, is the very cornerstone of reality.
So, you have to watch your mouth.
Say the wrong thing, and he can alter this whole world as easily as you might correct a spelling mistake.
Say the wrong thing.
It's all about how you say things. His name is Nobody No One, right? So, if someone says, nobody gets into the cellar when the door's locked, or no one knows where the letter is, then Nobody No One can get into the cellar. He does know where the letter is.
But that's impossible.
I only wish it were. But his phrase ship, the Cordis, projects matter for him as easily as my TARDIS translates language for me. You can't fight that with bullets, Captain.
Then I hope you have a better idea. Okay, here's the winch line. Get yourselves clipped on and let's get out of this hole.
You do have a better idea, right, Doctor?
Yeah, I guess.
Go on, be a devil.
Yeah, why not?
Saw you walking past, and I thinks to myself, Anne, that's my name, by the way, Anne the van.
Because of the van?
Right. I thinks to myself, Anne, there's a lad with all the world's worries on his shoulders.
Hang about. What are you doing here, inside the cordon?
Followed that unit lot, didn't I? Squaddies have been my best customers these last couple of months, out on the South Cert perimeter. So when they starts moving into town, a couple of hours back, I thinks...
Follow the money.
That'll be $3.45, please.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
What's this? Foreign?
It's a doubloon, I think. Solid gold. Bite it if you don't believe us.
No, I'll trust ya. Just help yourself to milk and sugar down the front there. And cheer up, eh? The emergency's over. They said so on Heart.
Listen, I don't want to be rude, but I'm just going to go and sit quiet by the pond. Have a think, you know?
Oh, right you are, love. Be lucky.
Must be nice for you lot. Just swimming around. It's only so complicated your life can get when you're a duck.
That's what you think.
Huh? Oh God, sorry, mate. I didn't see you there. For a second, I thought.
No, there's no talking ducks here. I didn't mean to surprise you. Just thinking out loud. Living things are all complicated in their own way. The secret's knowing how to read them. Here, do you want some bread?
No, you're all right.
Go on. Give them some bread. It'll make you feel better. Honestly.
Go on then. So, come and get it, folks. You're right, actually. I do feel a bit better.
There you go. So, what brings you to South Bank Park wishing you were a duck?
Nah, forget it.
Go on. I find talking helps.
It's just... I found out some horrible things not too long ago. Things that happened to me, man. And this friend of mine, I've always trusted him. Everyone does. But it turns out he was right there when it happened. He knew. All this time he knew, and he never told me. Because he knows best. But does he though? I mean, what right has he got to choose that for me? I'm waking up after these last few years, and someone's put this stranger in charge of my life.
He sounds like a bit of a control freak.
He's a good person. I'm sure he is. And I've been a right idiot too. It's just... nobody asks me what I want.
What do you want? Hex?
Look at this. I leave you alone for 5 minutes and you've commandeered yourself a tent.
Needs must. How's my doppelganger?
Lapsed back into some sort of trance.
Hibernation delirium, that's what it is. Yeah, it's quite common. Unless it's something else. But if it is something else, I'm bound by the laws of time not to ask what. Mind that soldering iron.
Ow!
And pass me more of that wire. Oh, you see, this is exactly why I avoid myself whenever possible.
Well, Stillwell's taken you to the infirmary anyway. He doesn't look too good, actually. The captain, I mean, not you.
And there's still no sign of Hex.
No. He shouldn't have found out about his mother the way he did. You let him down, Doctor.
I've no time for emotional dramas, Ace. Not when thousands, millions of lives could be at stake. Pliers. No, the other pair.
I got the captain to send one of his men out, have a scout around. I couldn't persuade him to stand down the gun crews.
No, I can't say I'm surprised.
But I did find you a pair of speakers, as requested.
Excellent. Are these from a car?
Ask no questions, hear no lies. Shift up. How are you getting on with all this stuff from Mr. Unit's backpack? Built a super word lord defeating gizmo yet?
It would be easy, Ace. Words give the word lord power. The more words, the more power. Last time we crossed paths, we were in Antarctica with a communication dead zone on our side. Even then.
We were lucky to come out on top.
This time, we're in the south of England. Even with Greater London evacuated, there are still countless conversations, phone calls, announcements, TV and radio broadcasts happening every single moment.
Not good.
Word Lord's abilities will increase exponentially. Before long, he'll be unstoppable.
We shouldn't have smashed up all the good stuff in Nimrod's dead man's chamber, then.
Yes, that may have been an error. My future self must have found a way to trap nobody inside his mind. I have no idea how. But it occurred to me that if I could somehow project a narrative at him...
A narrative?
It'd have to be something huge and branching, contradictory, yet singular and coherent, made of living thoughts.
You're not listening to me, are you?
If I could do that, I could lose him forever in a maze of information. Where would I find a narrative like that?
Can't we use the TARDIS again? Turn all speech to nonsense.
The TARDIS doesn't have the range. Even if I could boost the translation circuits, nobody will find a loophole in an environment as complex as this.
What, like the internet?
Yes, like the internet! That's it! Ace, pass me the TG tablet. Yes, and what's left of that mind probe.
The skullcap thing?
Thank you.
You've figured it out, haven't you?
If I augment my own memories with every related occurrence, record, rumour, story, and report from the entire transgalactic internet...
Yeah, I'll just keep on nodding.
...and use the mind probe to filter them through my own consciousness, I can project the whole lot at the word lord, and that's a huge amount of information.
I know that tone. It isn't going to work, is it?
It'll work. I think it's the only thing that will.
So, we've got our gigantic, complicated narrative, or whatever?
Yes, it's me.
Ace.
What is it, Corporal?
I'm looking for an Ace.
I'm Ace.
Been asked to let you know. We've spoken to all our lookout teams. I'm afraid nobody's seen you, Mr. Schofield.
I do wish you hadn't said that, Corporal.
I think you better tell me how you know my name, mate.
The truth. Hex wants the truth. Where to start? Aha! Yes, here we go. The most important truth you never learned, Hexy boy, is when the chips are down, the Doctor only ever thinks about himself.
Who are you?
You see, it's just a chess game for him. He's the king. All clever and impressive, but very hands-off with the nitty-gritty. He sits at the back and sends everyone else rushing about, doing his dirty work. All those plans and strategies, tinkering, sending wave after wave of pawns to die while he keeps his conscience clean.
It's nothing like that. He helps people become the best they can be.
The best they can be? That's what happened with you, is it? Running around with a gun and a box of dead relatives. Thomas Hector Schofield, Reanimator.
Listen, I don't know what's wrong with you, or how you've got the right to...
I've seen it. All of it. The past. Your future. Nimrod. The Doctor. Your mum.
Who are you?
Nobody.
Don't give me that. Who are you?
Oh, this is the one downside to being me. I am nobody, no one. Word Lord, you stupid little monkey.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
It never ends, does it? The Forge, then you, the Cybermen, Daleks, sky falling in, death, disaster, lies. It never ends. Well, I'm not playing this game anymore. Do you hear me? I'm not playing.
And the truth shall set them free. Bravo! Let's have some more home truths. They fill up the tank. Number 1, your mother suffered. She lived like an animal for years. She was brainwashed into doing very bad things, and then she died a horrible death. Number 2, the Doctor, whatever you think of him, will also be dead within the next 4 or 5 minutes. Oh, and 3, if you can't run very fast, you'll regret it.
Run?
No. You're supposed to say, why? And then I say, because I'll have killed the Doctor before you make it back to warn him, stupid. And then as an afterthought, I'll add, and because I just dropped a grenade in the duck pond. Seriously. 2, 3...
You're really proper mad.
Mad? I'm furious! Oh, but I have missed it here. All right, Doctor. Coming ready or not.
Look out, Nest 2. No sighting. Riverside, clear.
Why wouldn't they stand down?
Doctor, you sure he's coming?
What's the time?
4 minutes past 4.
He'll be here any minute. Nobody, no one.
Doctor! Hello.
You've changed.
Regenerated.
Ah.
Yeah, someone tripped out my cordis on the lost 27th letter of the English alphabet. Sent me crashing into the entire language.
I hope you didn't leave a mark.
Bit of a dent, actually. Yeah. They called it the Great Vowel Shift.
So, this is the new you. I take it the scarf is your idea of a joke.
Do you like it? I was thinking more homage.
You forgive me if I'm not flattered.
Killjoy. Oh, but look at you. You're all young again, like when I first met you. And I've just seen old Dim Bulb Hex. It's like a reunion.
I hope for your sake you haven't harmed him.
Harmed him? Oh. Harmed him? That's a nice idea. Maybe later.
Sir, I'm guessing you're from my future, a contemporary of my oldest self.
Oh yeah, you and me, Doctor. We've battled through space, time, and half a dozen other dimensions, broke a few of them too, and the sacrifices you made trying to stop me, heartbreaking. Seriously, but I'm still ahead on points.
Would that be before or after you found yourself locked inside the Forge's vault? How did I do that, by the way?
Ah, that'd be telling. The Forge were great though, weren't they? I loved Nimrod. Welcome to the Forge, Doctor. Brilliant. But you had to go and kill him, didn't you? You're like some intergalactic Elliot Ness fun police.
You're too kind.
I ran into them the first time I was following you. Do you remember? 1945. After I regenerated, I needed to lay low for a bit, so I disguised my cordis as their catchphrase and hid in plain sight.
For king and country. That was your ship.
Sometimes.
Very clever. But tell me, after all these encounters with my future self, how do you expect to take care of the present me, here and now? Wouldn't that create a paradox in your personal timeline?
What, as if I'm some sort of space-time beholden slave to science matter ape like you? I'm an unanchored causal intervention in your universe, Doctor. Please stop. With your every demented action, you jeopardize the whole of the established reality. That's what you said to me once. Happy days. Anyway, let's make all this chat about your future self, your future full stop, purely academic.
Do you know, I think you might be right.
TG tablet. Searching.
Oh, you've made a gizmo. What is that thing? No, don't tell me. I can read matter like a book. A transgalactic tablet, mind probe, speakers. I don't get it. You're not proposing to project a chunk of the transgalactic internet at me. Well, it might even work if you had a big enough topic, which you probably don't. But if you did, and you channeled it through your brain using the mind probe, then that'd burn out your cerebral cortex. You'd die.
I know.
Ah, so you're bluffing. The Doctor is the only person in all history the Doctor won't sacrifice. Cordis, give me a disruptor pistol.
Connection. Non-optimal.
Non-optimal? What do you mean, non-optimal? I need you to work.
Ace! It's nobody, no one. He's
already here! Get down! The Professor's taking care of it.
I've heard that before.
Oh, not the time, Hex. Just stay out of sight.
Come on, you stupid machine, connect.
Oh, come off it, Doctor. We both know you'll never activate that device. You'll just wait and wait for someone else to take the fall for you. I've seen it all before. In fact, I think I'll just shoot you now.
Get down, Doctor! All units, open fire!
No, you mustn't!
Soldiers, oh, brilliant.
Stay back,
Cease firing! Cease firing! Wait till the smoke clears.
See what I mean? It's always someone else takes the bullet, isn't it? Come here, Corporal.
Get off me!
Oh, the powers this place is granting me, Doctor. Just while we've been having our little chat, 73 people used the phrase, "Nobody tells me what to do." An anxious general said, "No one has access to the silo room." And a lorry driver, who's a bad poet in his spare time, came up with the line, "Nobody stops the earth spinning or tells the sun when it can shine." I'm gonna have so much fun with this planet. Do you want a preview?
Let go of me.
In a minute. Hey, Doctor! Have you heard? Nobody tells the sun when it can shine. And I say... Stop.
It's night. That's not possible. How is it night?
Nobody don't. Please. Connect. Come on.
No connection available.
Oh, Doctor! I'm gonna have to turn the sun back on just to see your face. There. Nothing to say. Well, you can grovel if you want. Or should I stop the Earth next?
Just let the corporal go, word lord.
Oh, I almost forgot. Repeat after me, little soldier. Nobody can stop the Doctor regenerating. Say it!
Nobody can stop the Doctor regenerating.
No one has the power of life and death over the Doctor.
No one has the power of life and death over the Doctor.
Well done. Off you pop.
Don't! You didn't have to kill him.
Whatever. Time's up, Time Lord. Any last words?
Connected. Transgalactic internet search for the Doctor complete.
What?
Oh, yes. I've got last words. Several billion last words, in fact. It's high time nobody knew one that you heard exactly what kind of a man I am.
Activated.
Fishes in the Thames, you're optimistic. Right, cross wits with emperors, cross swords with kings.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. Dogs. I hate these guys.
The entire ship will explode.
I need you.
These are human beings. You are duty bound to help them.
To become something better.
Dude, on how many corners?
Doctor!
What happened?
Open your eyes! Come on! You did it, Doctor! You did it! Now wake up!
Ace, let me get to him. No pulse. Right, I'll try and start his hearts.
Come on! Come on!
No pupil reaction. It's no good.
What are you stopping for? Wake him up, Hanks!
It's no good. Sorry, Ace. The doctor's dead.
Praise to Great Mother Pellichin, who gave us this world, that we might name it in her honour. Praise for the Handveil, her greatest gift to mankind. Praise... Novice Rushel, what's the matter?
Quickly, Father! It's the story speaker. It's happening again!
All who lived in the valley saw the words upon the stone, and the words said, "The future folds into the past. The homeless hero has fallen."
You see? What does it mean? Father Appin?
Be silent.
Now begins the time of three tales. The tale of the herald, the tale of the hidden woman, the tale of the final speaker. When the last tale is told, all the lights shall fail. The world will end. The world will end.
Father?
Breathe nothing of this to anyone. Do you understand?
The herald comes to Pellichin. The tale of the herald begins.
Whoever this herald is, I want him found!
My name's Hex, and this is the story of what happened to me after the doctor died.
All right, I admit it. This is nicer than the walk up to the church. Are the forests on Earth as peaceful as they are on Pellichin?
Only because I'm not there, wheezing away, trying to keep up with you. I'm not as young as I used to be, Ailsan.
Sorry, Auntie Evelyn. Are you all right? Link arms?
No. I'll be fine, thank you. You really must learn the value of a good stroll, you know. March through life like that and you'll be out the other side
before you've had a look around. I know.
I've said that before, haven't I?
Just once or twice.
I'm sorry. You're young, dear. You charge about as much as you like. And don't listen to an old has-been like me. I'm just jealous my charging about days are over.
Has-been? You? As if?
You're very kind.
Don't give me that. You're still one of the most formidable counsellors on Pellichin. I was there when you chewed up Jeff Haylis over the damn site.
Well, he had it coming. Pompous ass. Oh. Did you hear? Those were 4 winged nightingales. The male bird calls and then the female answers. Listen.
That's sweet. Oops, spoke too soon. Sounds like the wedding's off.
Give her a moment. Perhaps she'll decide he's the right fellow after all.
That wasn't a bird.
Doctor?
Evelyn, what was that? Hey, whoa! Auntie Evelyn, wait up!
Get off me, blasted bush. Doctor, are you there? I heard the TARDIS. Doctor?
No, Doctor.
Oh.
Just me.
Hello. I'm sorry. I could have sworn I heard that...
You did, yeah. But it's gone now. I don't think it'll be coming back.
Right. I see. Oh, but you're as white as a sheet. What happened? Is everything all right?
No, it's not, to be honest. Ace is gone. The doctor's... And this isn't Kansas anymore, is it?
You're in shock. Why don't we get you back to the house? I'll get the fire going and make us a nice hot cup of tea. I'm Evelyn, by the way. Evelyn Rossiter.
Hex.
Oh, that'll be easy to remember.
It's short for Hector. Thomas Hector Schofield.
Good gracious.
Oh! Ow! Oh, for heaven's sake!
Oh, please don't worry. It's only Ale San, my ward.
Auntie Evelyn, have you gone completely...
Hi.
Oh, right. Hi.
Ale San, this is Tommy Schofield.
Hex.
Sorry, Hex.
What's going on?
Hex is a friend of the family. He's coming home with us.
That's put Anne the van in the shade.
And the...
Doesn't matter.
There's more in the pot, if you'd like.
No, I'm good, sir.
You're getting some of your colour back.
Yeah, looking a bit less spooky.
Thanks.
Ale San.
What? You said stop asking who he is and what sort of family friend turns up in the middle of a wood, so I stopped. All right, fine. You be all serious. I'll go for that walk up to the church after all.
Thank you, dear.
Back in a bit.
Hex, you don't have to talk if you're not ready to. You don't have to talk to me at all, really. But, well, I'm rather on the edge of my seat, I'm afraid. Has something happened? Is our Time Lord friend in trouble?
Did you know him well, the doctor?
Oh, we muddled along together for quite a while, me and him. You might not think it to look at me, but I was an explorer in time and space, just like you. What is it? Is it the doctor? Hex, you're frightening me.
I'm afraid there's no easy way for me to tell you this.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. We tried everything we could to save him, but there was nothing we could do.
How?
Defeating an all-powerful maniac. Saving the Earth. The stuff he was best at. Only this time, he didn't make it out the other side. Are you all right?
I don't always win, Evelyn.
Sorry?
The doctor said that to me once, a long time ago. I was so angry with him because I thought, yes, you do. You have to. It's your job to win. As if the doctor owed us all never-ending perfection, just because that's what we'd come to expect. But I didn't ever... Oh!
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. Stood up too quickly, I expect.
Here, let me pick the glass up for you. You sure you're all right?
Look at that. It didn't even break. Sometimes you'll drop a glass and it'll smash into 100 pieces. Other times, not a mark. You never know, do you?
That's what I'm learning.
I didn't ever really think... Not the doctor.
I know. So, what's in the bottle?
Something a little stronger than tea. There. Now, start at the beginning and tell me everything.
Ace, let me get to him. No pulse. Right, I'll try and start his heart.
Come on! Come on!
No pupil reaction. It's no good.
What are you stopping for? Wake him up, Hex!
It's no good. Sorry, Ace. The doctor's dead.
No. It can't be.
This time, Ace, I'm afraid that Mr. Hex's diagnosis is distressingly accurate.
Doctor? I look up, and there he is. Another version of the doctor. The same man, but older. Just standing there. Before I can say anything, Ace is on at him about changing what's happened, finding a way to undo it. But this older doctor, the way he's looking down at our doctor, our dead doctor, I know. I just know.
Some things have to stand, Ace. And the death of a Time Lord is very much one of them.
What are you talking about? If you exist, then it isn't meant to happen. You can correct a stray timeline. You've done that before.
There's nothing stray about this. Beings like Nobody No One have a powerful effect on space-time. My timeline hasn't been corrupted or changed. It's been replaced.
Replaced? As in?
As in, there's no correct alternative. This is what happened. This is what should have happened. This is what always happened. I died in my 7th incarnation, on this spot, about 3 minutes ago.
No!
Yeah, come on. Since when did anyone get one over on you? If there's a way of sorting this, bending the rules, tweaking things a bit, then you'll know it.
Oh, it's so good to see you both again, I can't tell you. And there I am, Luke, gone. Isn't the universe a peculiar place? Perhaps it's a blessing.
A blessing? How can it be a blessing? Think of all the people you won't save by being dead.
Think of all the people I will.
But you're not gone, are you? Our doctor's gone. You're still right here.
For the moment. I'm an extremely complicated space-time event, you know. Causality needs a few minutes to straighten itself out, adjust to the fact that the doctor died today, not years in the future. When that happens, I expect I'll simply disappear.
You don't seem too bothered.
Not bothered? Of course I'm bothered! I'm dead! And I'm only talking to you now because of a stray wrinkle in reality. I'm sorry, but some things are beyond my power and beyond my authority. This has happened. It must stand.
You're serious? This is it?
For me. But not for the two of you. For everything lost, there's always something new to be gained. Come on.
Wait. We can't leave you lying there.
Unit's undertakers are the best in the business. And they will be here any minute. Which means we shouldn't be.
Fine. Hex, grab that helmet thing and the computer it's attached to from the doctor's
body.
Yeah. And put your jacket over him. I'll round up the rest of the space tech from the tent.
Hurry up! I know I used to say this a lot, but this time I really don't have all day.
So we get to the TARDIS, our TARDIS, and the next thing, we're off. This older doctor tells me to pack a bag of clothes. I'm not thinking too straight.
The shock?
Yeah, so off I go. When I get back, Ace is still trying to make him do something to change it all back. But he's having none of it. And then we land, and the doctor asked me to come outside with him.
Yes, this is it.
Where are we?
The planet Peloton, local year 1871 AC. Billions of years before your time. Billions of years before your son's time. Up there, the universe is a baby. Bright as a new pin.
I don't get it.
You've got friends here, Hex.
Friends? How?
You'll see. This planet could be a blank canvas for you, a whole new start. I can offer you that much.
Doctor?
Oh dear.
You're turning transparent?
Time is reorganizing itself and fading out of existence. Oh, don't worry. The process is quite painless. I won't feel a thing.
It's getting worse.
Fading into existence. You wouldn't want to do that. Oh, horrific. Reality burns. But this isn't so bad. I promise.
I should get Ace.
Hex, listen to me. Before I go, there are things I want to say. Things I should have said when I had the chance. It was wrong of me not to tell you about your mother. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Doctor. You don't need to say...
Yes, I do. Sometimes we lie because we must. But sometimes we lie because we think we know what's best for everyone else. An important distinction, and one that was lost on me for too many years.
No. Whatever happened with us at the end, you're the Doctor. You can't die. You just can't.
Oh, I'm afraid the fat lady's already sailed, Mr. Hex.
What?
I mean, my death is a done deal. This is just the universe cottoning on.
Late for your own funeral.
You always said I would be. Pick a good life for yourself, Thomas Hector Schofield. I meant it when I said how very proud.
Doctor. That was it. He was gone. The Doctor was gone. Ace! What are you doing? Wait! You're not! Leaving me here? I don't know if it was Ace or the TARDIS that decided to leave. And I don't know why. But after that... it was just me, on my own, standing in a forest on some strange planet. And that's when you came along.
Poor Doctor. That wonderful man. Well, I'm glad he brought you to Pelichan, Hex. It's true what he said, you know. You do have friends here.
Thanks. But I don't get it. I mean, why? Of all the people the Doctor's known on Earth... why would he bring me here to find you?
I think he was trying to make good on past mistakes.
How do you mean?
Well, now the Doctor's gone, I'm the only person left who can tell you about your mother.
You knew me, Mum? You were there?
Yes. I was travelling with the Doctor when it happened, but it's not a nice story. After all you've been through today...
No more waiting. I need to hear it. I've needed to hear it all of my life.
Yes. Yes, of course. I first met your mother when the Doctor insisted we set the TARDIS down in South East London for, of all ridiculous things, for a Chinese takeaway.
A takeaway?
He was quite different back then. Everything changes, doesn't it? Nothing lasts forever. Oh, but listen to me. I'm sorry. Yes, we were walking back to the TARDIS and the Doctor was saying, oh, I don't know, something along the lines of, I have sat at table in the court
of the great Kublai Khan and tasted the mouth-watering pastries created by the master bakers of Barastamon, and nothing beats the Peking crispy duck from the slow boat.
Father Atlin, I have the report on Thomas Schofield.
He began work at the infirmary today, did he not?
He did, Father, and caused some commotion. Like the old woman politician, Schofield has revealed himself as a heretic.
I knew it!
The words written in knot engraved on the great tree read, "The herald shall trespass in the chapel 2 times. At his second trespass
Could he be...
shall cause the tale of the hidden woman to begin, which shall lead to the 3rd tale, and to the end of the world."
Prophecy of the herald's trespass. These words appear daily within the Hand of Ale now.
Then is Is Thomas Schofield the herald of the end of the world? Father?
And a basket of Grove beans, please, John.
Right you are.
My turn to cook tonight. An ale sand special. It's okay. We've got our own resident medic.
Gotcha.
Oh, and here he is. Just in time to carry my basket.
Right, sure.
Come along, you. So, how was your first day at work?
Bit hit and miss.
Tell me you didn't talk to Dr. Sumith about archaeology. You did? You didn't mention the you-know-what, though.
The timeship?
Shh!
I might have done, yeah.
Hex! He's a devout churchman. What's the one thing we told you not to do on Peloton?
I know. Don't mention that. The you-know-what, I mean. I just thought, he's a doctor, a man of science. He must be interested in...
You remember what I said to you, yes? The day after you first got here.
Here we go.
I said Auntie Evelyn led an archaeological expedition down to the Southern Ridge about 5 years ago. They found the wreckage of a huge
spaceship.
Thousands of years old, crashed in the mountains. I said Evelyn thinks it must have been some kind of...
timeship.
That we're all descended from the crew of said...
timeship. Yeah, which would explain what English-speaking human beings are doing on such an old planet.
Then I said, just don't talk to anyone about the timeship. It's a contentious religious matter. Is any of this ringing a bell? I can't believe you went on at him about the timeship.
I didn't go on at him about it. It's just... this planet's throwing me. In some ways it's pretty modern, but in others it's so primitive. You know, they have leeches in the infirmary, don't you? I'm not even kidding. Leeches. And this afternoon...
Watch your back! Steam car!
Cheers. This afternoon, I heard them saying something about reading a soul into the hereafter. The staff, I mean. Not your vicars or Applins or anything.
I heard you and Evelyn talking about your mum.
What?
I wasn't eavesdropping. I just heard. I wanted to say I'm sorry. I'll listen if you ever want to talk about her or anything.
Right. Thanks.
My dad was an inventor. Died when I was small. My mum... she went up to play her part in the afterlife not long after.
Right. That must have been hard, having your folks pass away so close together.
My mum's not dead.
What?
My mum's not dead. Look, you see the trees over there?
Yeah.
Look past them, to the rocky hill behind. Up near the top, there's a church. You see it?
No. Oh, wait, yeah, gotcha.
That's where we keep the afterlife.
What?
The afterlife.
I don't have a clue what you're on about.
I know. That's why I'm going to show you. We'll drop the shopping off at home, then we're going to the church.
Listen, San, what I said about vicars and Applins, I didn't mean to offend you.
It's fine. You don't get it, so I'm going to show you something that'll help.
I could have done with some help up that hill, like a cable car.
This way. To understand Peloton, the thing you need to know is, no one really dies here.
You reckon? Well, San, someone died in the infirmary just this afternoon. And Evelyn says that life on this planet is pretty much identical to Earth. Same gravity, atmosphere...
Evelyn doesn't have faith.
But you do?
Absolutely. My mum's the story speaker.
Story speaker? Sam, I'm lost.
All right, look. We have an afterlife. Not one that's up in the sky, like where Evelyn comes from, but one that's right here, on Peloton.
So, that's why no one dies on Peloton?
Exactly. We call it the Hand of Vale. It's in here.
What? Through the church window?
Hurry up.
Just a wild stab in the dark. But as we're climbing through a window and everything, we're not allowed to be in this part of the church, are we?
Yeah, it's sort of a grey area. And he's in.
So your mum's in here somewhere? With this Hand of Veil thing?
Hand of Veil? It's not a thing. It's a story. A great living, never-ending story. And my mum tells it. Come on. For hundreds, maybe thousands of years, a person has been chosen by the story to tell the story. We call them the story speaker. When you're chosen, that's what you do. That's all you do for the rest of your life. You tell the story, or the story tells itself through you.
The herald has come. I must tell the Applin.
That's your mum?
That's her.
What? She just sits there and talks, on and on, without stopping.
The story speaks itself through her.
All the time. But what's it for? What did you mean by an afterlife?
You know the guy who died at the infirmary today?
Mr. Jeepers?
His family will write long descriptions of him, what he looked like, spoke like, all his ideas, and they'll read them, one by one, in the presence of the story speaker. As they read, Rex Jeepers will be added to the Hand of Veil and will carry on living inside the story for as long as there are story speakers to continue speaking it. My mum makes that possible.
Yeah, but is it safe?
Safe?
Look, there are things in the universe, bad things that get inside your mind. We went to a planet called Saros 4.
Unbelievable! Hex, I brought you up here because I thought you'd understand. That's my mum. I see her every day, but I can never speak to her. She doesn't even know I exist. She made a sacrifice. How can you, of all people, not get that?
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
I wasn't trying to bring some sort of space detective up here, you know, Hex. I was trying to bring my friend. Get out of the way.
Sam, wait. I was only trying to help. Well done, Hex. Oh.
And the herald shall trespass in the chapel for the first time.
Not nice to sneak up on people, mate. You'd be the Applin, right? I just came in for a look.
Your arrival was foretold, trespasser. As was your plan to bring about the end of the world.
Yeah, I think someone's been helping themselves to the communion wine. What do you think you're doing with that candle holder?
Heretic. Destroyer.
Big bloke for a vicar, aren't you? You, gonna let me pass?
Herald of Death!
I'll be off then.
There is no escape from the reliquary.
Yeah, I can see that. Hang about. What the?
These are the relics of the Dark Pantheon, heretic. Are they what brought you?
Relics? But
2,000 years ago, the Children of Light, led by the Champion of Light, vanquished the Dark Pantheon. We were given the Hand of Veil, and this beautiful world as our reward.
I'm not knocking your beliefs, mate. It's just... that's the jawbone of an Ice Warrior. That's what's left of a Cyberman's arm, and that eye stick belongs to a Dalek.
You stand before the altar of the Dark Pantheon and invoke their forbidden names?
And I tell you what else. I've got a good idea who your Champion of Light was too.
What?
And the herald's first trespass shall see him thrown upon the mercy of the law, and the tale of the hidden woman draws ever closer. Hyvel Lorit walked lonely through the stony gorge, watching his feet on the loose rocks, while overhead 2 red eagles...
Another dizzy spell. I wish Auntie Evelyn would let you take a look at her.
Tell me about it, Sam. This will be the first time in, 3 months she's not come along for the forest walk?
The orchard's so pretty. I don't like to think of her missing it. I'm glad the Applins are finally leaving you alone.
Yeah, and all it took was a legal agreement that I'd never set foot inside a place of worship again, or leave town without permission. Still...
Hex, I know how badly you want another look at the church, but they'll lock you up and throw away the key if you try. Auntie Evelyn too, now you're her ward. Trust Evelyn. If she says she's going to sort it, she's going to sort it.
Do you know anything about this lecture she's giving?
No one does. But I've got a feeling she won't be taking any prisoners. Come on.
Hey, wait up. This isn't the way we usually go.
That's because we're going somewhere else. Dad dies suddenly and Darren never gets to make it up with him. You told me.
If there's even a chance your mum might be able to understand you, you should try and talk to her. You'll regret it if you don't.
We're here.
We are. Hang about. This is where I first arrived. The TARDIS was over here, and you and Evelyn came through those bushes. Feels so long ago.
Hey.
What?
I meant to tell you, I finally figured out a way to stop you obsessing with all this space detective stuff.
Oh, yeah? How are you planning on... That was you kissing me.
Well, did it work?
Yeah, actually. Not going to try that on Evelyn, though, are you?
There are no monsters on Peloton, Hex. Maybe 2,000 years ago when your friend the Doctor passed through, but not now. Now it's just people, some old history, and me. Come here.
Wait. What's that?
Where?
Just under the leaves here. See?
It's a parcel. Looks like it's been here for a while.
You're not going to believe this.
Thomas Hexie Schofield. It's addressed to you.
Yeah, and I know that writing.
You do?
It's from Ace. There's a bundle of papers and a note.
Well, read it then.
Dear Hex, surprised much? Yes, this is me using up a priceless space-time stamp to say hello, and that I'm sorry for disappearing on you. If I figure this thing out properly...
You've been there about 6 months? It's been more than 10 years at this end, and, get ready for a shock. I ended up getting married. It's Mrs. Dorothy Noon now. Respectable or what? Anyway, listen, I need you to do me a favour. There should be a church not far from you.
Serious? This is it?
For me. But not for the two of you. For everything lost, there's always something new to be gained. Come on.
Wait. We can't leave you lying there.
Unit's undertakers are the best in the business, and they will be here any minute. Which means we shouldn't be.
Fine. Hex, grab that helmet thing and the computer it's attached to from the doctor's...
body.
Yeah. And put your jacket over him. I'll round up the rest of the space tech from the tent.
Hurry up! I know I used to say this a lot, but this time I really don't have all day.
My name's Ace. This is what I did after the Doctor died.
But we shouldn't leave you back there. It's horrible.
I can't hang around offering myself condolences.
And because our Doctor's dead, this old you is gonna, what, cease to be?
At any moment. Watch me just swinging that backpack, Ace. Let me get to the console. Hello again, old girl. First, doors. Locks. Sitters. Drive. Here we go.
And you really won't put it right? You're not going to save your own life?
Hex, I need you to go to your room and pack a travel bag.
Why?
There's no time for debate. Go!
Doctor!
Please, Hex. Just do as I ask.
All right. I'm going.
Now, temporal slider. access regulators.
Oi!
What?
I don't believe this. You're really giving up. You?
There's nothing to give up on, Ace. You saw me back there. I'm dead. Are you honestly suggesting I should go back, crack the very foundations of time, and rewrite my own demise?
Yes. My doctor would.
No, he would not. The very idea is... Is that really what you think I'm like?
I don't need it sugar-coated anymore, Professor. I've lived this life a long time. Being you, being us, means making difficult choices. We have to do what's best for most.
Best for most?
Too right. There are millions of people all across time who need us to be there to save their lives. Stuff the timelines, that's what's important.
She was right.
What? Who was?
An old friend once told me I should think about what your life and Hex's life had become through travelling with me. Take your head out of the mechanics of the universe for 5 minutes and look what you're doing to them. That's what she said. Hold down that lever.
So?
You know me. I don't listen to anyone.
Oh, I know you're not listening to me now.
But she was right. And disengage. How many years have you been travelling with me now, Ace?
I don't know. You lose count, don't you?
Bit by bit. You're becoming an outsider. Lose that connection with the real world, and saving lives becomes like sliding beads on an abacus. Abstract. You'll do whatever it takes to come out with the number you want.
And that's me, is it?
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon.
We're talking about people here. If you want to boil it down to a number, fine. It is about a number. It's what we do. We save people's lives.
And where do you draw the line to protect that number of yours, Ace? Picking up a gun, launching a missile, destroying a planet?
You've done it.
You're not me. You were never meant to be. Oh, why didn't I see this before it was too late? Well, it's not too late anymore.
But this is the only life I've ever wanted.
No, this is the only life you've ever had. Ace, listen to me. We did so much good together. So much of it I couldn't have done without you. But you're not responsible for everyone.
We're a team.
You're a human being. What's the point of protecting all those numbers if you never get to experience what it means to be one of them?
Doctor, don't.
Human beings burn bright and quick. Joy, friendship, hope, love. You don't have to become old and hard and cold. Not like me.
But the galaxy needs you. I need you, Professor.
And I cared for you like a daughter all those years we were together. But I held on for too long. Birds must fly their nests sometimes,
Or does something happen? Something to do with me or Hex?
Choose your future wisely, Ace.
Hey, my ears are burning. I've packed some stuff, clothes and that. I didn't know what I was supposed to be bringing.
Mr. Hex, you're just in time.
We're here.
I'm not even going to ask.
Ace, I don't have long left. I need 5 minutes with Hex. Take good care of yourself, Ace. Make friends and eat well. Lots of fruit and veg.
Are you fussing?
Oh, take this.
A lime? Seriously?
An excellent source of vitamin C, the lime. We can't have you getting scurvy, can we?
I'll miss you. Come here.
I'll miss you too. I already have. Right then. Mr. Hex, would you care to accompany me?
I'll sort it, you know. Put it right.
5 minutes, Ace.
Bring you back.
Yes. This is it.
Where are we?
The planet Peloton. Local year 1871 AC. Billions of years before your time. Billions of years before your son's time. Up there, the universe is a baby. Bright as a new pin.
I don't get it.
You've got friends here.
Friends?
And that's 5 minutes. Ish. Right. I'm sorry, slightly crazed future doctor. I know you're trying to be nice in your own weird way, but I'm fixing this right now. Doors! Oh, stupid machine. Doors! No! No, 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 no! I didn't mean that! He pre-programmed it! Oh, the cunning old... Well, we are not having this. I've seen him do this often enough. Unlocking drives and disengaging presets. No, okay. Reverse the directional thingy and flip back the temporal runner. Bring up full manual control by pressing U, and U. Okay, not you. I'm unpressing it! Look! I'm unpressing it! Oh, nice. Ooh, good work, Ace. Where are we? The White Rabbit pub! Ah, fast return switch. Never fails.
Another orange-o when you're ready, please, Cheryl. Oh, hello.
Hello, can I have a look at your paper?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. England, obviously. 24th of June 2027. 1 year since it all happened.
The evacuation? I know, hard to believe, isn't it? Are you all right? Looks like you've taken a bit of a whack to the head.
I'll live. You don't have a pen, do you?
No, sorry.
Excuse me, can I borrow a pen?
Customers only.
Right, fine. Wonder whatever comes out of that nozzle.
$5.20.
Oh, I've only got it in Reichsmarks.
It's all right. Put it on my tab.
Thanks. Pen, please.
Reichsmarks.
Okay, where to start? First things first. Get back body. Unit will be keeping him somewhere. Let's try Captain Stillwell. Lysandra, too.
Excuse me. Sorry, you're writing on my paper.
And there's Claire Spencer. Oh, who'll be young. Probably low rank. And she didn't know me at the South Pole, so no.
There was an article on the reintroduction of bees. I know it's silly, but I quite wanted to read it.
The bees will be fine by 2040. And you're going to get new pandas. Look, I've got to run. Cheers, mate!
But you've still got my... paper. It's you again! Can I get you a...
Paper.
Oh, yes, sure.
No, raise it. Hide my face.
Oh, right.
Turns out thermo-spannering an ATM is more than just frowned upon in this day and age.
You tried to rob a bank?
I was persuading a cash point. World of difference.
Well, the coast looks to be clear, so...
Right. Yeah. Good.
So I wondered... And I know this is a little bit insane, but meeting you last week was possibly the most interesting and peculiar thing that's happened to me for a long time. So I thought... I'm Henry Noon, by the way.
Ace.
Hello, Ace. And so I thought that if I ever saw you again, I should take the bull by the horns and ask if I could perhaps have your mobile number.
My what?
Your mobile number. To call you.
Oh, right! No, I haven't got a mobile.
Everyone's got a mobile.
Not me. I don't even have a static.
Sorry, I'm being slow, aren't I? You don't want to give it to me?
No, Henry, seriously. I haven't got a mobile phone, or a Filofax, or a Walkman.
A what?
That's why I didn't go straight back to my house, because I really need to use a phone. Honestly. Excuse me, do you have a payphone?
No.
Oh, why'd you come in here? It's rubbish.
Oh, I don't know.
Hang on, you've got a mobile phone.
Yes, it's not a particularly trendy one, but...
right, gotcha! It's more like a handcom, isn't it?
A what?
Oh, nothing. Forget I said that. Do you mind if I use this? I need to make a few calls.
Please, be my guest.
Great.
That's my last week's newspaper. Are those all phone numbers?
Hello? Yeah, put me through to Unit HQ.
It's just... I don't get all that many free minutes.
Unit. UNIT. It's about the Doctor. Just tell them it's about the Doctor. They'll know exactly who I mean. Henry! Hoped you'd be here.
I didn't think you'd be back.
Oh, what have I done now?
Apart from earn me a £1,200 phone bill.
Henry, mate, sorry. I didn't know they cost that much to use.
You ran out the battery!
Yeah, I suppose. For all the good it did me.
So I just assumed...
What, I'd cut and run on you? Hang on. Have this.
A napkin.
Open it up.
A napkin with drawings of stickmen and... signed by L.S. Lowry. Is this real?
I met him up north, in a cotton mill full of polymorphic soot monsters. Tell you what, that man could fling a loom shuttle when he needed to. Anyway, should cover the phone bill, if Lowry's still famous. Is Lowry still famous?
Ace, who are you? You come in here and you say the most extraordinary things.
The bad news is, this is me trying to blend in.
You couldn't be doing a worse job of it. There's another reason I didn't think you'd be back.
Yeah?
There was a woman looking for you last Tuesday.
What sort of woman?
A serious one. I thought she was Fraud Squad or something similarly frightening.
Okay.
She knew my name, and she knew I'd spoken to you. She said if I ever saw you again, I should strongly suggest you stop making such a fuss about your friend.
Did she now?
Yeah, and that your silence would be in the best interests of king and country.
Oh, great. Just when you think things can't get any worse.
Ace! Sotheby's called this morning. Apparently I've become an art collector.
Yeah, matchstick men and matchstick cats and dogs. I told you it was real. Why would I give you duff art?
Do you know, before you walked through that door, I'd almost convinced myself you were a deranged art thief running from Interpol. Which would be funny if I wasn't sure the truth's going to turn out to be much weirder than that.
It's harder than I thought it would be.
What is?
Fitting in. Living day after day in the same temporal period. It's like they've got rid of all the colours except yellow. Well, there's nothing wrong with yellow. I like yellow, but only seeing yellow all the time. Yellow, yellow, yellow! I'm thinking, where's the red? Where's the blue? Where's everything else, you know? Give me Velociraptor violet, Mondasian silver, anything! But if I see any more yellow, I'm gonna hurt somebody!
I understand maybe 10% of what you're talking about. But then you know that already. Who are you, Ace?
Short answer? I'm the girl who ended up on her own, in a place she didn't get, trying to do something that's very probably impossible.
And the longer, more specific answer?
You sure?
Yes, please.
Okay. Follow me.
Not sure what I'm learning breaking into a white shed.
It's supposed to be blue. Welcome to the TARDIS, Henry Noon.
But...
Yeah.
But it's...
On the inside, yeah, I know. Come in. Come in. It's safe.
This is amazing.
We've seen some stuff, the TARDIS and me. I was just a kid when I came to live here.
You live in here?
Yep. So much of my life's gone on within these walls. They've probably changed more than I have. Huh. How sad's that?
So, you're the girl who lives in the impossible house?
It's a spaceship. A time and spaceship. I'm a traveller in time and space who's been marooned here and separated from her only mate because the time-travelling alien they used to knock around with, who was probably the most important man in the universe, got himself killed. Oops, not that one. That one. And now, I'm trying to find a way to bring him back to life because he can't stay dead because there's too much at stake and that's not how this works.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, okay. It's the first thing you've said since I met you that's made any sort of sense.
Brilliant! You know, you're You're actually kind of brilliant, Henry Noon.
You're not going to fly us off somewhere, are you?
Couldn't if I wanted to. The Doctor and the TARDIS were connected. Without him, she's dying.
She?
I've been scanning the ether. It shouldn't be hard to pick up something about what they've done with the Doctor's body, but... nothing. Again! Someone's managed to build a complete wall of silence, planet-wide.
What about all those phone calls?
Stillwell's in a coma in a military hospital that doesn't exist. Lysandra's gone Black Ops. There's nothing. Nearly 2 months week on, and what have I got?
Hey, sorry I'm late. How was Sao Paulo?
A dead end, just like New York. I get so far, then the trail evaporates.
Well, I got you a belated Christmas present.
Oh, you did? Oh, wicked. A mobile phone.
Of your own.
You're so not funny. Henry, get back!
Sorry. I can't believe you talked me into breaking in here.
We're not breaking in. You work here.
I used to work here. I got fired, remember? For liberating that old receiving equipment you wanted.
And yet they didn't deactivate your swipe card. Silly, silly. Come on!
I used to be a respectable person. You know that?
Yep. You met me just in time. Hang on. Security camera. Got it. Anyway, if it hadn't taken you so long to say you worked in the BT Tower, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. Especially with New Bletchley.
True. Of course, one could argue that having any idea how helpful that information would have been depended a little bit on my knowing that the United Nations run a top-secret monitoring station in the tower's basement. Which I didn't.
Wotan Base 1. It's been here since the 60s. Going down.
So, what's a Wotan?
No idea. All I know is, this is where the unit computers keep an eye on all the other computers. Make sure they're behaving themselves.
Seriously?
We're talking across-the-board data access. Pure info. No exemptions. Once we work out how to get down into Wotan 1, I can find...
Find what, Miss McShane? What happened to the Doctor's remains?
Back up, Henry! Now!
Yes, right. Hold on, don't I know you?
Oh, let me guess. Serious woman. For king and country.
That's her.
I shouldn't bother with the lift. We watched you on the way in. We can pick you up on the way out.
How did you know we were here in the first place?
We keep an audio feed from your mobile phones. Oh, come on. You don't think those little microphones only work when you tell them to? You two have become something of a problem.
So, what? You're here to solve that problem permanently?
You mean?
What do you think?
I'm here to warn you, Miss McShane. I'm getting rather tired of having the charges dropped every time you break into a military facility.
That was you.
I've managed to prevent more severe intervention in your case so far, but there are limits, and you are pushing them. Let this drop. Or you should be asking why.
Why, then?
This plan of yours, feeding temporal energy into the Doctor's body to revive him, it won't work, you know. We tried it. Nothing works. The Doctor's dead.
What have you done with him?
His body was interred in a secret vault within one of the great cathedrals, a place reserved for our more clandestine heroes, in recognition of their services to King and... I can't seem to stop that. Old habits.
True colours, more like.
What do you think's happening here, Ace? Who do you think covered up the Doctor's death? The remnants of the Forge, the government, UNIT, a secret cabal of the Doctor's former companions.
Go on then, you're dying to tell me.
It was all of us.
What?
Why?
Answer me this. What would happen if certain extraterrestrial parties discovered that the Earth was undefended? That the Doctor was dead?
Oh, God. I didn't think...
Any acknowledgement from any of us risks giving credence to the claims you've been making, so there will be no second warning. One way or another, this stops here.
Don't you threaten my girlfriend!
Girlfriend?
Or what? Precisely.
I hadn't got that far.
Take your brave young man home, Ace. Let yourself grieve. We're a planet learning to stand on its own for the very first time. If you want to help with that when you've dealt with your loss, we'll be in touch.
Ace, unlock the door. Come on, I've made tea.
I don't want tea. He's gone, Henry. He's really gone.
I know, mate.
Funding cuts to the ongoing Will program in favour of Mars research. It's 6 o'clock, Tuesday the 24th of May, and this is Radio Drive Time.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
Hey, stranger. Dinner will be about 20 minutes.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks.
What's in the backpack?
Just some old stuff I found in the TARDIS.
Hey, I just cleaned the table.
Oh, come and have a look. Me and the Doctor collected all this. Last thing we did together.
Wow, it's a futuristic car boot sale. What is it all?
Mainly stuff that's too dangerous to be left lying around.
Okay. I'll just pop that down.
Not that kind of dangerous. More like technology Earth isn't ready for. Like this space timestamp. Lets you send a parcel anywhere and any when.
Really?
Yeah, but only if you know how to work it, and I don't. Most annoying thing is I'd probably be able to figure it all out if only I could get this going.
Sleek. What is it?
A transgalactic tablet.
And once more for the earthbound pedestrian?
Space internet.
Nice.
Only problem's the thought lock. See this little switch on the back? You touch it and think of a certain something to unlock it. Which would be fine if I knew what the certain something was.
Hand it over. Barbados. Nope. Piano. Nope. Baseball bat. No, you'll have thought of that.
Try soppy boyfriend who sends inappropriate flowers to work.
You like that, really?
Henry, I work with a top-secret alien investigation unit.
The soldiers tease you, don't they?
Yeah, the soldiers tease me.
Come on, Space Internet. Teapot. Bus stop. Dodecahedron. Nope. Don't think it likes me. What else you got?
Let me just... Ah!
What's that? A Martian slime grenade?
The Doctor gave me this last year. It was fruit.
Oh, yeah. I suppose it might have been a...
Transgalactic tablet activated.
Whoa!
Lime! Lime was the key to the thought lock!
Okay, Space Internet. Tell me about me.
Assessing voice print.
But that means...
You are Henry Louis Noon, age 28, born St. Stephen's Hospital, 10th of February, 2000.
Not bad.
That means the Doctor meant me to open it.
Body scan suggests you will die aged 82. Most likely scenario.
Tablet, pause.
Paused.
Thanks.
He gave me the lime. Don't you get it, Henry? He meant for me to be able to use the tablet. The Doctor was trying to tell me something.
Like what?
Choose your future wisely. That's one of the last things he said to me. Oh, what did he mean by choose?
Choose to select from several possible alternatives.
What if there's another way?
Ace, you're shaking. Please don't start this again. The Doctor's dead. Nobody can change that.
What did you say?
I said the Doctor's dead. Nobody can change
Oh! How can I have been so stupid?
What?
There are no coincidences. The other Doctor, the old one, he planned it all. The tablet, the pub, you, Henry. How did I miss you?
Me?
And if everything here is intentional, then everything where Hex is must be intentional too.
What are you doing?
I need to go. I need to get back to the TARDIS and figure this out. I'll be back.
But what about dinner? Ace?
Henry! Henry! Henry, wake up!
What? What time is...
4 a.m. Wake up!
you're back. Dirty stop out.
I need you to do something for me, Henry. And I need you not to ask me why. Okay?
Okay.
I found the engagement ring in your sock drawer.
What? I knew I should have put it somewhere else.
It's okay. It's beautiful. It really is. Here's what I need you to do. Write about me. I need you to write about me being your wife. Describe the woman I'll be when we've been together ages, on our 10th anniversary, what I'll be like. Make it as detailed as you can. The longer, the truer, the better. Will you do that for me?
Is this your strange way of saying you'll marry me?
Will you do that for me, Henry?
I'd do anything for you, stupid.
Thank you. Can you write it up and bring it with you to the White Rabbit tomorrow lunchtime?
Tomorrow lunchtime? Okay. Okay.
Go back to sleep, Henry.
You're not going out again.
Just for a bit.
Okay. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too, Henry.
You bleeped me. What is it, sister?
We don't know, Surgeon Commander. We've never seen anything like it.
This is Captain John Stillwell. Oh, the famous mumbling coma victim.
Yes, ma'am. Look at the readings.
Pulse rate, 45. Body temperature, 45 degrees. Blood pressure, 45 over 45. Is there something wrong with this machine?
No, ma'am. We've changed it twice.
Brain activity, 45%. Hydration, 45%.
Words alive. 4 and 5, soon to arrive.
What was that?
He said... I think he said... for...
Sister, did you just see that person?
Appear out of thin air? Yes, Surgeon Commander. I did.
Hello? What are you doing in Unit Medical? Who the devil are you?
Who am I? I was called the Hidden Woman for a long time. But to you, I'm Professor Dorothy Noon. What? You're expecting someone else?
You?
I told you already. Professor Dorothy Noon. Sorry to pop up unexpectedly. I'm working with Alien Tech, a linguistic transport vehicle called a Cordis. Although, you shouldn't know that, above your security clearance.
Madam, I am Surgeon Commander Webster. My security clearance
is hereby overridden. There you go.
Isn't that ultraviolet 9?
I can see the command level. Thank you, sister. I'd have sworn you weren't holding this paperwork a moment ago.
Yes, well, I could explain that, but then I'd have to have you transferred to the moon. Now, things to do. Sister, could you place this around the patient's neck, please?
I'm afraid we don't allow jewellery here.
Well, that's all right, because it's not really jewellery. It's a Mobius chip.
Let me see. What's the figure of 8 symbol for?
Insurance.
Against what?
I can't tell you.
Because of my security clearance, I suppose.
Because you'll have nightmares. All done, sister? Good. Now, out, both of you.
I beg your pardon.
You heard. Out. I'm trying to work here.
I shall be contacting you, Bletchley.
Absolutely. You do that. Goodbye. It worked. I'm actually physically here. Right then, Captain Stillwell. Better do this quickly.
Nobody's here.
cardiogram. You don't play music. Ugh! Oh, no!
Got to give you a message. He wants me to say thanks for freeing me from the doctor's trap, stupid.
Well said, Albie.
Don't!
Oh, that one burst. Look. Hello, Ace. Long time no see.
Nobody, no one.
Experiments with my cordis, what were you thinking? Inking up the meme rotor like that helped me see my way out of the doctor's whole internet trap thingy in seconds.
You killed them all for no reason.
Not all of them. I mean, see, you're still here.
Yeah? Try it, psycho boy.
Give it a rest, Ace. I'm pure language wrapped in an indestructible physical avatar. The idea of a matter creature like you causing me even the slightest scratch is just wacko! Oh, my nose. I'm bleeding. How could I be bleeding?
I'm not Ace.
What?
I'm not Ace. Right now, Ace is sitting in a dying TARDIS, crying her eyes out because she's never going to grow up to be me.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'll be right with you.
I'm Professor Dorothy Noon. I've been happily married to my husband Henry Noon for 10 years. We have 2 children and a little house in Greenwich. Or at least we would have if I wasn't a handwritten figment of Henry Noon's imagination.
Right. That's got it. Well.
I'm not a matter creature. I'm a language with an avatar just like you.
Interesting. You've got 5 minutes.
All right then, as you asked so nicely. A long time ago, on the planet Peloton, there was a living story called the Handervale. To exist, the Handervale needed only a story speaker to speak it. And the story speaker spoke the Handervale every day of their life. Now the people of Peloton believed that the Handervale was an afterlife. And if a written account of a person was read to the story speaker by someone who really knew them and loved them, then that person would be recreated inside the Handervale and live there forever.
As they read, Rex Jeevers will be added to the Handervale and will carry on living inside the story for as long as there are story speakers to continue speaking it.
Turns out these beliefs were true. When Ace learned about the Handervale from her TG tablet, she realised she'd met a story speaker already.
The winter loosened its grip and the meadows and the forest began to wake.
That older doctor was speaking the Handervale, back when they'd released him from the sarcophagus in the Forge's basement. He'd been to Peloton several times already, but on his last visit he'd collected that living story and taken it with him.
In the year 2192 AC, a stranger came to Peloton and was given the Handervale to combat a great evil.
Very good. The doctor became the story speaker, so...
On Earth, he trapped you inside the Handervale, inside his head. Then he locked himself inside a sarcophagus so he'd never be disturbed.
But I got out.
When Ace and his younger self revived him, the older doctor lost his concentration. And just for a moment, you saw that you weren't in the real universe as you thought, but that you'd been tricked. That lapse in concentration was like a window opening, enabling you to escape.
I saw the light. Hallelujah.
My doctor died defeating you, and you were banished into a maze of internet noise. But the interesting thing is what the older doctor did next.
Oh, amaze me.
He sent Hex to live on Peloton hundreds of years before he came to take the Handervale away. Why do you suppose he did that? And he sent Ace back to London, to the White Rabbit pub, where she met Henry Noon and fell in love.
Oh, sweet.
With the doctor, the little things that seem like accidents at the time never really are. The space-time stamp, the TG tablet. The older doctor planned for Ace to end up with them all along. Lime was the key to the thought lock! But try as she might, Ace couldn't work out how the puzzle fitted together. Then she discovered that, as if by magic, which of course it wasn't, her tablet had recorded your final conversation with her doctor beside the Forge crater.
So I disguised my cordis as their catchphrase and hid in plain sight.
For king and country was your ship.
And that's when it hit her.
Yeah, and that your silence would be in the best interest of king and country.
For king and country.
To king and... I can't seem to stop that.
When the Doctor blasted you with sound that day, he exiled you, but not your Cordis. The Cordis was still around, still disguised as the repeated phrase, for king and country. That's when Ace had her brainwave.
Well, 1 in 20-odd years is something, I suppose.
A Time Lord can't travel through time just by thinking about it. He needs a TARDIS. What if it were the same for a Word Lord? What if the manipulation of reality through language wasn't an innate ability of the species, but a function of the Cordis?
Ooh, what if?
So, Ace got Henry to write a long description of her. Describe the woman I'll be when we've been together ages, on our 10th anniversary. Using the space-time stamp, she posted that description to Hex on Pelichan, asking him to take it up to the Handervale Church. And that's exactly what he did.
Go on, son. Talk to her. It'll be all right.
Rain clouds weighted like dark marble, and before long the
Mum,
thick, heavy drops were
it's
patting
me.
down onto the land.
It's Ailsa.
Warmer then than the frost
Mum,
beneath.
Can you hear me?
And all at once the rain stopped, and the flowers in the old rose garden burst into bloom.
She knows you're here.
And the skies cleared and the sun shone. Then the door of an old, forgotten cabin on the far side of the hill opened, and blinking and unaccustomed to the light, a woman stepped out.
Mum.
The woman had tears in her eyes. So moved was she by the voice she heard. And the woman said, Ailsan?
Mum!
The woman beamed with joy at the sound of her daughter's voice, saying, Ailsan, it's me.
Mum!
I can hear you.
Oh, Mum! I need to... I have a friend with me. He has someone he needs to read into the story.
And the woman answered, I know. The Handervale knows. The herald leads to the hidden woman who leads to the final speaker. Their actions will end the world to save the universe. Tell your friend to read his account, Sam. Tell him your mother is listening.
Okay, here goes. Dorothy Noon has bright, mischievous eyes. She's pretty, not tall. People always think she's taller, and has long brown hair. But it's her eyes you'll notice first.
So, Hex read what Henry Noon had written, an imagined account of a grown-up, married ace named Dorothy Noon. He read the account to the story speaker and into the Handervale, and in doing so, he created...
You.
Me. I lived inside the Handervale story, and I waited. Hundreds of years later, the Doctor came to Pelichan and took the Handervale away. I hid while he relocated the story people in some far-flung conceptual dimension. And when the Doctor trapped you inside the Handervale, I stowed away inside your Cordis.
You did what?
After you escaped and got blasted away by the Doctor at the Forge Crater, I settled in, had a go of the controls, tried out a few things. First thing was to work out how to make the Cordis project me a body like yours so I could interact with the physical world. Of course, I had to wait for time to catch up, for Ace to actually send the package to Hex before I could act. But she's done that now, so here I am.
Question. Why? What's the point?
You're forgetting. Ace heard everything that happened at the Forge Crater, including what you made that poor soldier say to make sure you won.
No one has the power of life and death over the Doctor!
No one. Spelled Noone. When Henry wrote his account, he imagined me as his wife, which is why I'm Dorothy Noon, also spelled Noone. No one. Noon. Can you see where I'm going with this, Word Lord?
Keep talking.
Noone has the power of life or death over the Doctor. You made that rule. You're no one, I'm Noon, but the spelling's the same. So, the point is, if the Cordis gives you the power to bend reality and decide whether the Doctor is alive or dead, then it gives me the exact same power. And I say, the Doctor lives!
And according to Thomas Starling, the looting of York Minster during the Reformation uncovered a secret crypt built into these very walls. Starling wrote that the crypt was awash with religious relics and grand caskets of heroes from ages past. Although if such a mysterious room exists...
Hello? Is there somebody out there?
Although if such a mysterious room exists within this great cathedral, it has never again been uncovered.
I said, will somebody give me a hand? I appear to be stuck in some kind of tomb.
Brilliant. That is actually brilliant. Talk about moving heaven and earth to get what you want. I mean, the Cordis runs best on phonetics. Type and grammar actualizers are ropey, and those phrases aren't exactly alike, but... yeah, maybe. Oh, my brain hurts just thinking about it. Poor old Henry Noon, though. Used for his name and left behind. You manipulated everyone who ever trusted you, didn't you?
Ace made her choice. She sacrificed everything she could have had and everything she could have been for the Doctor. She even added a few words to what Henry had written to make sure I'd go through with her plan. I think Ace made her choice a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it's been fascinating. But, oh, just checking, while you were tinkering with my Cordis, you did disable the security system, didn't you? Oh, you didn't. That was an oversight.
Wait!
An oversight. Because now your syntax is all ripped apart and you are dying, aren't you? Cordis, sync completely to me and only to me. We'll have no more fiddling. There. Now... let's pay a visit to the Doctor and make sure he never gets his sorry remains out of the ground. Why am I still here?
The Golden 8. On Captain Stillwell's chest. It's a Mobius chip. Perpetual data loop. Pre-programs the Cordis to upload into it. If anything happened to me...
You did what? Cordis, cancel autopilot. Relocate us. Relocate, damn it!
Flight controls are locked. Oh, oldest trick in the book. You're synced. Gonna be uploaded with your ship. Trapped as data. Like a fly in amber.
Unacceptable. There. That's you reduced to burned paper and dead language. Right. Cordis, listen to my words. Cancel autopilot. I said cancel. Cancel. Or is this some sort of mutiny? You will not upload yourself into that chip, do you hear?
Tablet. Resume.
Recording.
So that's it. That's everything. When I met you for lunch, you'd written it, just like I asked. Mrs. Henry Noon, a professor in her own right, with a husband, 2 kids, a little house in Greenwich. It was a lovely story, Henry. The best story I've ever read. But still, just a story. I've sent it to Hex on Pelichin. If he reads it into the Handervale, then... I'm so sorry, Henry.
Hello? Anyone home?
Doctor! Tablet, pause.
Paused.
Ace, why is it so dark in here?
It worked! It actually... I mean... You're back!
All right.
Look at you! You're so alive!
I know. One moment I'm facing the Word Lord and my own imminent demise. The next, tourists in Hawaiian shirts are pulling me through a wall in York Minster.
Doesn't matter. You're alive.
Doesn't matter. Of course it matters. I was dead, and now I'm not. A spatio-temporal intervention like that would require the most brilliant scientific... Have you been crying?
No, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Good, well, but if you know something...
The Time Lords. Gotta be.
Yes. But why?
You were alive in the future, right? The Word Lord reappearing changed all that, so the Time Lords changed it back. Simples.
Even the Time Lords would balk at physical resurrection. No. There's something I'm missing.
Come on. Like I'd know anything about bringing someone back from the dead. I'm Ace, the one with the big mouth and the baseball bat, remember? A witty comment and a pranged Cyberman, and that's your lot. You do the plans and the science, I do the rucks and the shouting. And Hex holds the coast. That's it. Job done. It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And you, old girl. I do believe you've brightened up. Where's Hex, by the way?
We got separated, sort of. He'll probably need picking up.
Ace?
Actually, there's a hospital we may need to visit too. Oh, but first, I've just got to drop something off at the Rabbit.
The Rabbit? Oh, the pub.
I'll be 5 minutes.
No problem. You're not taking that with you.
Oh, what? The TG tablet? I've been taking it everywhere. It's like the best laptop ever.
Yes, well, not in this time period, please, with all its vast reserves of anachronistic information. Hand it over.
Sorry.
Thank you. Tablet. Erase hard drive.
But,
Deleting files.
There. You can have it back now.
On second thoughts, I guess the Rabbit doesn't matter.
Well then. What are we waiting for?
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to see you all at Pelichan University tonight. Councillors Rayhan and Haylis, thank you for coming. And at the front, Ale San and Thomas Schofield, who has special permission to be here tonight, accompanied by Warden Pike. I'm happy, though a little surprised, to see so many members of the clergy here this evening. I'm sure you've all heard the rumours. I'm delighted to announce that for the first time since my arrival on Pelichan, the Council has successfully overridden the Church's ban on academic discussion of certain historical events. Therefore, this evening's lecture will address the time ship of the Southern Ridge. Applin Fost, you wanted to say something?
I demand this lecture be suspended immediately.
On what grounds?
There is no time ship, woman. Do you hear? These are lies. There is only Great Mother Pelichan who, in her mercy...
This is a temporal stabilizer from the time ship. It was discovered by me in a coal seam on a planet called Villag. By accident, this device brought me across space and time to Pelichan. Its residual homing properties led me to the main crash site some 2 years later. Slide, please. As you can see from this photo plate of the wreck, the craft was many miles across and heavily fortified, possibly serving as a military or containment vessel of some sort.
This photo plate is a forgery. Great Mother Pelichan
is in the picture. Look at the ship's insignia. UNS Pelican. Jeef, Jom, Hall. They're corruptions of the Earth names. Jeff, John, Paul. Even Applin is derived from an Earth word, chaplain.
Stop this at once!
I will not. The people have the right to know who they are and where they're from. They have a right to the facts.
You are a heretic!
I'm a historian. I'm on the side of... the side of truth.
Evelyn! Let me through. I'm a nurse. Stay back. Give us some room. It's all right, Evelyn. Stay still. Let me have a look at you.
What's wrong with her, Hex? She just collapsed.
Evelyn, can you hear me? You're having a heart attack. It's all right. Just stay calm for me. Stan, get everyone out of here.
Right. Back up! Back up! Everybody out!
Evelyn, we'll sort you out. No bother, okay? Stan's going to run down the infirmary and get...
No need, Hex. Can't you hear it?
Hear what, Evelyn?
Hex! Isn't that...
No way!
I knew he'd come back. In the end.
Hello, Hex.
Doctor! But you're... Quick! It's Auntie Evelyn!
I know. Evelyn? Evelyn? Can you hear me?
Oh, it's you. I thought you might be my doctor.
You know me, never knowingly punctual.
You're not surprised, are you? How did you know?
Remember that calendar you had in the TARDIS with all your old friends' birthdays written on it? Let's just say I've something like that. Evelyn, I have to ask you a favour.
For you, Doctor? Anything.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, much. Really is remarkable, isn't it? I've not felt this well in years.
More tea?
No, thank you.
So, here we are again, the Doctor and Evelyn, just like old times.
Just like old times. Well, except for...
Oh, my appearance, you mean? Well, everyone changes, don't they? With me, it's just a little more abrupt and unpredictable. Still me, though, I promise.
Good.
I like that photograph.
Oh, yes. Good old Rossiter. He was a decent man, wasn't he, Doctor?
Handsome, too.
I do miss him. 10 years now since he passed away. I never thought I'd live to be so old.
You're not old. I'm old.
So, now you're back in the land of the living. What'll happen to that other you? The one Hex told me about, from the future.
Oh, he'll come back too, burning into existence somewhere. It won't be pleasant for him, but he'll survive. And my timeline will run to its previous course, I expect. More or less.
It is pretty, this little figure-of-8 pendant.
Yes, isn't it? I sent Ace, Hex and Ilsan away, up to the church on the hill.
Why?
I gave them a mission, made it sound important. They're young, they don't need to know what's to be done here.
Oh, Doctor, as if sending them away will make any difference.
I'm sorry?
You think they don't know already? They're not children. Ace and Hex look up to you. They learn from you. Perhaps you need to think a little more about what you're teaching them.
If you've got something to say, Evelyn...
Hex told me how you operate these days. The secrets, the lies, the schemes, his mother...
I didn't come here for a lecture.
Well, maybe it's high time you got one anyway. Yes, sometimes difficult things need to be done. You and I know that better than most. But deceit? What good does that do? Other than to teach Ace and Hex that it's all right to lie and to manipulate, so long as it all turns out all right in the end.
There are difficult things I must do, Evelyn. Me. Those things needn't affect Ace and Hex.
Oh, take your head out of the mechanics of the universe for 5 minutes and look what you're doing to them. What happened to you, Doctor?
I used to march around saying things like, "Don't worry, Evelyn, it'll all work out for the best in some way I haven't quite thought up yet." How did that work out for us? How did that work out for Cassandra Schofield? I need to be in control.
You can't control everything.
I can certainly try.
I'm sorry, Doctor, for what I said back then.
It was a long time ago. The lights have gone out across the valley. I can't see much past the edge of town now. How do you feel?
Like I'm watching a sunset from a long way away. We had some good times, didn't we? Caesar's parents, Charles Darwin, leaping from steam trains in the Wild West. Me, in a spacesuit, bouncing about Axos with that poor boy Brewster.
There it is. 4:30. 4.5 hours. Are you ready?
Don't you worry about me.
No. I never needed to, did I?
Well, this is touching.
Evelyn! It is my great displeasure to introduce nobody no one, Word Lord.
Hello there, Lazarus. Must be nice to return from beyond the grave, however briefly. Word to the wise. You want to keep an eye on your monkeys, Mr. Organ Grinder. They're learning to play your tune without you.
Excuse me?
A bit lame in the end, though, that Mobius chip. Dead data. Turns out you can see right through it. Not like your plan, eh? Channeling all that info through your brain, making it alive. That was clever. She was shoddy.
She?
You don't know. Oh, that's priceless.
I know enough to know that should I ever want to know, I only have to ask myself, what would I have done? I dare say the pieces will soon fall into place.
Well, quite.
What is it you want, Word Lord?
Hang on. Oh, you're another one, aren't you? The universe is full of Time Lord helper monkeys.
It's nice to have friends.
And this is Grandma's house, is it? Oh, it's cosy. Who's the proud old duffer in the picture?
You stay away from that.
Oops, Butterfingers.
You animal.
So anyway, how am I going to get rid of you, Doctor? You just keep coming back and coming back. You're like Columbo in a hat.
You could just give it up as a bad job.
Funny you should say that, because you know what I've been thinking? That living matters more trouble than it's worth. So I'm going to rub it out. All of it. You're all nasty anyway with your eating and your sweating and your functions.
Charming.
So I'm going to kill everything. Everything that crawls, grows, wiggles and swims in all of reality. Bang! The whole lot. Finished. Kaput. Finito completo. Gone. How's that for a plan?
Nobody has that sort of power.
Evelyn!
I can't believe you said that! That might be the biggest own goal in history.
Wordlord, please, don't do this.
Pay attention, Doctor. For my next trick, I'm going to wipe out every single matter creature that ever lived. Past, present, future, everything! You two are going last, so you can enjoy the show.
Listen, please, don't! You have a choice.
No. Sorry, you've lost me.
See that front door? Walk through it now. Go! Leave our reality forever and never come back.
Beg me.
I'm begging you.
No. Okay, here we go. The end of all life as you know it. Hold on to your hats, kids. The Great Telcarthinian Empire. All dead. The Hemvalian Collective. All dead. Every Time Lord except for the Doctor. Dead. Every human except for Grandma. Dead. All Daleks. All Sontarans. Fish. Plants, insects, birds, and everything else with legs, arms, feelers, eyes, cells, wings, feathers, scales, skin, leaves, roots, cell division, DNA, servos, and simple or complex proteins outside of this room is dead! Done! Kabam! Over! Finished! Ha! How do you like them apples, Doctor?
Nobody, what have you done?
Wasn't it brilliant? Nobody, no one. The first being in the whole multiverse to commit ultricide. A billion billion living things wiped out, annihilated, eradicated, and obliterated by me! Ooh! I've got a bit of a god rush!
You are a monster.
Thank you very much. And for my encore, Cordis pistol. Let's wrap things up, shall we? Bye-bye, Grandma. Oh, bye-bye, Doctor. No more back and forths. No more witty retorts. Let's see you Columbo your way out of this one, Time Lord.
Just one more thing.
What? I don't believe this. Why aren't you dead? Why isn't she dead? Hang on! Where's the door gone?
I had to know, Doctor. I wasn't sure I could contain his powers, but I had to know he'd really do it.
It's all right, Evelyn. I understand.
What in the blue blazes is going on here?
You haven't killed anyone or anything because you are inside the Handervale. This is the Handervale, and out there I am speaking it.
Impossible!
You were never inside that Mobius chip, nobody. Whoever made you think you were, they tricked you.
What?
The chip was a red herring. It wasn't the pendant round Captain Stillwell's neck that drew you in and trapped you. It was the Handervale in his mind.
The great living story was not in that sick grunt's mind.
Oh, yes, it was. Whose ear was my older self whispering away into when we brought him out of the Forge crater all that time ago? Captain Stillwell's. Una thought he was in a coma, but then they wouldn't know how to spot a story speaker, would they?
The Doctor and Ace collected Captain Stillwell and brought him here, to Pelichan, where I agreed for the Handervale to be transferred from the Captain into me.
Why?
Because out there in the real world, I'm still lying on that lecture hall floor. There's nothing anyone can do. I'm dying.
But that means...
Yes, the Handervale is dying too. It's been shrinking quietly. Now there's only this room left. A room with no doors.
And you're here telepathically?
Yes.
So you can get out?
Yes.
But there's no way out for me?
Not anymore.
When Evelyn Rossiter dies, the story dies, I die.
Yes.
Why did you beg if you knew this, Doctor?
I wasn't begging for anyone else's lives, nobody. I was begging for yours.
We asked you to go, but you wouldn't. No one really dies on Pelichan. That's something they're always saying round here.
Oh, I'm going to die.
You left me no choice.
Doctor, the lights are failing. I think it's time. You need to go.
Wait, I have one last story. A little history lesson for you before the end. It's not Handervale, it's Hand of All. All was one of the greatest word lords who ever lived, the founder of our society. The Hand of All was his finest creation. A living synthetic reality made from purest language. But the Hand of All didn't just contain one little world. Oh no, it was an entire universe. And inside that universe there were other pocket worlds, miniature hands of all. What I'm saying, Doctor, is you may have trapped me in a place where reality is made entirely from words and speech, but how do you know I didn't beat you to the punch? How do you know this isn't simply one of those pocket worlds, and out there you've spent decades travelling in an entire universe made only of words and sounds without ever realising?
I don't. But then, you're a word lord. You'll say anything.
Doctor, the lights. You have to go.
Goodbye, Evelyn.
Goodbye, Doctor. And thank you for everything.
I shall miss you.
As the lights grew faint around her, and the word lord paced the shrinking room in silence, Evelyn Rossiter sat quietly, without fear, thinking about her friend, the Doctor, her Doctor, with his bright coat and bravado, and all their wonderful adventures together. in time and space.
You all right, Hex?
I think so, yeah.
They want the coffin bearers out the front. We're all doing this together, right?
Right. I should go and find Sam.
Professor says you're coming with us tomorrow. Thought after all this you want to stay here with your girlfriend.
I would stay. Only...
What?
That other doctor. The older one. Was he really trying to make us happy, do you think? Or was it all just part of some massive scheme? Was he better than our doctor in the end, or a million times worse?
I don't know.
There was something he said about telling lies because you think you know what's best.
Right.
Well, the thing is, the whole time I was here, I was on at San to talk to her mum, telling her how my mate Dan never got to make it up with his dad, how she should seize the day and all that. I wanted her to be happy.
So?
I never had a mate called Dan. And that's how it starts, isn't it? I'm scared I'm getting like him, Ace. Like the doctor.
Stay, Hex. If that's what you want.
You could have stayed in London with your Henry Noon. But you didn't. Why? What really happened to you, Ace?
I chose my future. Come on, Schofield. Let's do this.
And so we commit Evelyn Rossiter's body to the ground, in the knowledge that Mother Pelichan shall provide a warm bed for her eternal rest. Evelyn's friend the Doctor would now like to say a few words. Doctor?
Thank you. Words have power. Evelyn Rossiter knew the power of words and the great good that comes from sharing them. I'd like to say a few words about Evelyn, Professor Smythe with us.